You can see it move. Everything was popping and cracking, and and limbs are breaking and stuff like that up there and stuff. It was right scary.
What used to be the hill behind Carl Carver's house almost ended up on top of it.
I didn't care about that, but I was worried about this here because it just kept getting closer and closer and closer, and I thought I was going to lose it all.
Just before midnight Monday, the land let loose. An oozing, churning mass of mud that took aim at the house wound up ripping through the barn and tearing another building off its foundation. Nearly 24 hours later, the water still gushes from the ground.
It's nothing like it was last night. Last night it sounded like a river, just a raging river, and we couldn't see half of this. We could see the trees, and we knew that there was a lot of damage, but we didn't know that it was that bad.
Yet, compared to the massive flooding in nearby Carter County, much of Boyd County was spared, and that is part of the Carvers' problem.
They haven't declared this county a disaster area yet, so they don't have any assistance coming for them, and that's really kind of what we want people to see, is the kind of disaster that has hit this area.
And all it takes is a look to the skies to be reminded the most frightening part could still lie ahead.
Tomorrow. I don't want to think about it.
It's a dirty little secret, illegal dumping in the Mountain State. This massive pile of junk floats along the Ohio River, nearly an acre of plastic bottles, tires, and trash. A law enforcement veteran says littering and illegal dumping are not new issues, but they lead to big problems.
You see it all the time, and of course, which tells you where's it coming from. It's been dumped along riverbanks and close to streams.
Natural materials sometimes block creek beds, but man makes things worse. Building materials, hot water heaters, even old washing machines thrown into waterways. Laws of physics say that water has to flow downhill. Well, what happens when it runs into something? Let's do a little experiment here. I'll take you back to your 8th grade science class. The water's already damming up here. But what happens if all of a sudden somebody throws a big old tire into the creek? We'll come back in just 15 minutes and show you what happens. Almost immediately, leaves, twigs, and sticks start to pack together, reinforcing the little dam. A rock on the shore shows the water level, but it quickly starts to rise, coming up 5 inches, even though it's not raining. It's been 15 minutes, and you can tell how much this little creek has already come up. But imagine what happens if a major piece of the dam gets torn away. It's literally, look out downstream. Just ask a Wayne County family who may have lost their home this summer because of it.
It just took off the foundation and started floating. All I could do was scream, "Michael, there goes our home."
I heard a loud pop. I turned around and I seen our house floating away.
Michael Least says the creek behind their home rose at least 30 feet in just 5 minutes before a wall of water slammed their house.
My kids took their first bites, their first walks in this home. I have the memories. But it hurts, it really does.
I think it's getting a little better than it used to be, and I think that comes from peer pressure from the neighborhoods and the people that live there, because they seem to help, and that's what we encourage. If you see something happen, say don't do this, and so hopefully it'll get better.